Hey y'all, here I am with another vlog. I'm currently in my strawberry shortcake PJs. Very comfy right now. Over here wearing my favorite slippers as well. Just thought I'd show up this little PJ set. These didn't come in like a set or anything, but like I got this shirt at Target I think a couple years ago. And then I just got these at like Burlington. But yeah, I thought it was cute enough that I wanted to show it off, so yeah. I just found my G1 First Wave Claudine and redressed her in some Bratz clothes. I really think that these G3 Monster High dolls look really great in Bratz clothes. And like just Monster High dolls in general look really good in them, I feel. Couldn't really find any shoes that like went with the aesthetic of this outfit, so she's just wearing these like Descendant shoes. But I was kind of like looking at the faces and like I saw this like other signature Cleo from the first wave that like dropped in 2022, and like honestly the evolution of these is like pretty nice, honestly. Like considering they've been on shelves for like a couple years at this point, I remember that a lot of people were like just really hating on the fact that it wasn't edgy enough, it wasn't gothic enough, like everybody was hating on the quality and like the way that just the characters looked in general, especially like that like 2D like hand-drawn art and stuff like that. And like honestly, for what it was, like, I'm glad that, they did come at that time and, like, release at that time, you know what I mean? I feel like they just needed to really, like, find their footing at first, and, like, yeah, that's what I've been, like, reminiscing about with these, like, first wave Monster High dolls, because they look so much better now. They dress so much better, even. My sister got her for me for my birthday because, the G3 kind of was like releasing right around that time anyways, which was perfect timing, so I mostly bought all of them for myself, but she got this one for me. And like, although this one is like sentimental as fuck to me, I redressed her just now just because I was like still not feeling a damn thing about that outfit, you know what I mean? Like, I love what they were trying to go for and like trying to like make Claudine a little bit more like athletic this time around, but like they failed so hard when it came to the outfit. I think it was just disgusting, you know what I mean? Same thing with like Laguna's outfit. I had to go ahead and redress her too because I just didn't like that hoodie that she was wearing, or whatever the fuck they decided to like give her, you know what I mean? I know they don't look very like gothic or whatever when it comes to like the way that I restyle them, especially like my Gulia back here. Deuce is a different story, I just wanted to feminize him. But yeah, they really struggled with like kind of like the first releases of like some of the characters. I feel like Draculaura is perfect. It's really hard to mess up a Draculaura doll, honestly. But yeah, I'm glad that Monster High is like doing a lot better in terms of like faces and like clothes and kind of just like overall quality, I guess. I know that this isn't really a good doll to compare her with, just because this one is clearly lacking quality when it comes to like, the articulation and stuff like that, but these faces are, noticeably different enough. And I feel like the use of polypropylene hair only makes sense for this like really kinky curly texture, and I can see why a lot of people didn't like it with this first wave. Mine has been conditioned and boil washed, but as you can see, I'm gonna have to go ahead and do that again because it's just really frizzy. But yeah, I think overall the dolls are kind of trendier now, and they're definitely dressing like a lot like teenagers dress, generally, I think. Some of the stuff that they are wearing can be a little hit or miss, but like, honestly, most of the time, Mattel knows what they're doing now, at least, when it comes to some of the Monster High designs and stuff like that. But yeah, that was just my little rant. I really love the way that this doll looks redressed, honestly. It's such a damn shame that they struggled so hard to like capture the first wave of dolls' like, personality and like good clothing or whatever, but it's honestly why you have to go in and just like, customize your dolls slightly and redress them if you want to go ahead and make them better and stuff. Here I am with a bunch of articulated baddies. I recently went to the store and I got Odile this articulated made to move body, thankfully. Now she can pose and I can take a whole bunch of pictures of her and stuff like that. You've already seen this girly before in a different vlog, but thank God she's articulated now. And I recently went to the thrift store and I didn't find very many dolls except for this made to move like Ginger Barbie right here, but I clearly had swapped her with this Barbie doll from I think 2018 or whatever. She was on the petite body before, but I just gave her this articulated one and she honestly looks much better, in my opinion. And I gave her this little fashion pack, although I cut the sleeves because they honestly looked so fucking tacky to me. But she's wearing the shoes. And yeah, I'm honestly really happy that I got this doll because, you know, there are very few like curvy fashionistas that like are sold like this, that are like articulated and stuff like that. And so, you know, here I am just like making my own articulated fashionista, and I'm honestly really happy that she turned out the way that she did. I really want to dress this outfit up a little bit more. I want to give her like hot pink stockings and like just a giant 80s flower hat and stuff like that, and maybe like an acid wash denim jacket to kind of give her like a 16 candles look or something. But like, yeah, been really happy with these dollies. And I also recently purchased this Crossley like portable record player and stuff like that. I also got 3 records for it. I got this Fleetwood Mac Rumors record. I also have a first like soundtrack of the Shrek movie or whatever on vinyl. That one's a Walmart exclusive. And I also got the Mean Girls soundtrack on vinyl. And before y'all judge me, I have very weird music taste, and I really like compilation albums from like movie soundtracks. But yeah, these girlies are really eating it up, and I honestly need to get more doll fashion to kind of like give them better outfits and stuff like that. Also just really happy to be growing my articulated like made to move Barbies like collection in like general, just because I remember when I was like younger, around 2016, I used to watch Broken Barbie TV. I think she's Broken Dolly TV now, but I used to like, you know, watch her do all these head swaps, and that's just like what inspired me and influenced me to like start doing them in the first place and stuff like that. And you know, I think that doing that in general is just like a really fun way to like experiment with like dolls and stuff like that, especially because like the posability is like really nice on the made to move Barbies and stuff like that. I'm really enjoying them, and like I'm glad that a lot of like my favorite dolls, that one is falling, but I'm glad that a lot of my favorite dolls are kind of just like, you know, getting the articulation now, and like I'm going out of my way to like get them the articulated bodies and stuff like that, just for like posability purposes and so I can take pictures. But yeah, they've really been eating. I'm in love with them, honestly. I also really just wanted to add that y'all really shouldn't be sleeping on the Live doll bodies. I know that they're not primarily sold in stores at all anymore, but you can definitely still find them on eBay for very cheap, and Mercari, and just like, you know, some thrift stores in general. Because if you really don't like the joints of like the made to move Barbie bodies, and like don't care for like the extra elbow like or like leg posability, I think these are really great. It's got, you know, the shoulder articulation, the wrist articulation, extra knee articulation, ankle articulation. You're not going to be able to fit normal Barbie shoes on them, unfortunately, so that's really the only problem that you're going to run into with these Live doll bodies. But like other than that, I feel like they're really good. These doll bodies also match the like kind of like yellow toned like Disney princess dolls by Mattel like really well. I know that Ariel matches really well on this skin tone. I used to have a new Disney Ariel on this one until I gave it to Tori, but yeah, you guys should really pick those up if you don't like the made to move like Barbie bodies or whatever. I also forgot to mention before, but I also picked up this little Barbie mermaid right here with the cunty ass face from the thrift store with that made to move Barbie. They weren't in the same bag or anything, and I saw them individually, and I saw this Barbie doll, and like I knew that like everybody had been buying her like in the last year and stuff like that, and I didn't find like an articulated body that like really matched her like really pale skin tone or anything. So she's just gonna be a mermaid for now, and she does have polypropylene hair, but I'm determined to like make it look better. I gotta learn how to flat iron and stuff like that. But yeah, I got them, and it's really cool because I mostly got like clothes like this time around and like a couple of dolls, but yeah, it was really nice to find something. And here I just have this little Barbie doll right over here with braces, redressed in that Odile Barbie's like outfit or whatever. I think she looks much better, honestly, and this is the only Millie face mold that I really mess with hard just because she has the braces. I think that the braces make her look really adorable, and I honestly think that it makes her look way more unique than any of the Millie dolls. I just personally wish that she had more obvious and noticeable makeup on her face, but I can just learn how to repaint at some point. We out in nature right now, y'all. Go touch some grass. Yes. Well, here I am with a little Five Below haul. Just here with my little Odile. I just got a couple little things from Five Below today. I'm very, very excited about this little teeny tiny strawberry shortcake set. I didn't even know that they had this, and once I saw it in store, I thought that it was really cute and cheap enough, so I decided to get it so that I can review later, of course. Here we've got this little Ninja Turtles Glam Squad doll. I really like this one, especially her makeup, and like, I honestly don't mind how masculine her clothes look on her. I think they're really cute. And then we just got this tiny little Calico Critters mouse. I've always wanted a little mouse from this like Calico Critters set, and I'm glad that Five Below started selling one. These little heart ears are really, really adorable too, honestly. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that little vlog. I know it was kind of a whole bunch of like mismatched clips that I kind of like put together from different days, but yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye y'all!